I did recently a PT vlog in French, so I will do this one in English. Today I have PT and I'm happy and I'm also very, very, very anxious. So for those who didn't see the PT version in French, which I'm not even sure that I've posted yet because I'm feeling a bit embarrassed, but I have now anxiety, which is a new thing for me. I didn't have anxiety before. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Being chronically ill with no anxiety. Yeah, good job, Corey. But now I have anxiety now. It's been a few months, and I suffer from kinesiophobia. So basically, the fear to move because of my symptoms, and because often I fear that everything that I'm doing is flaring my symptoms. So because my PT was not available for more than 2 months until very recently, basically I did nothing. And if you have followed me for a while, you know that in May, just before my symptoms like burst, I would say, I was able to walk more than 1 hour per day. I was doing my PT exercise so well, 20 minutes or more every day. I was so good. And now just moving for 2 minutes and I'm not feeling good. And at this point, I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure what is my new symptoms that have become chronic, but it's still new to me. Flaring when I'm moving, what is anxiety, or what is deconditioning? Because I'm not doing anything for months, so I probably have deconditioned. So basically, I'm really happy that now my PT is back. I really love my PT. I really trust him, which is very, very important. And that's also why I'm doing more with him than what I do at home, because at home I'm so afraid where if something happened, but I'm with the PT is there. The PT will help me if I'm going into pre-syncope, if I'm throwing up because I'm too bad because of my symptoms, stuff like that. I don't have to deal with that alone, which is something very scary to me. Every time that I deal with those symptoms, you know what? I'm done with that shit. No way that I do that. It's too scary. I can't handle it. And I won't do anything. Whereas if something happened, which it didn't for now, but I started PT last week only. So maybe it will, maybe it will not. But if something happened, it's different. If there's a medical professional who can acknowledge it, who can take care of me, who can be there and be sure that nothing serious is happening and comfort me and say, okay, obviously this is too much, this triggered that bad reaction. We're gonna change what we're doing. We're gonna adapt. Don't worry, Corey, we'll find a solution, which I really need right now. And I feel like maybe when we talk about PT exercising in the chronic illness community, we don't mention enough the reassurance part, the coaching part. So yeah, am I anxious? Absolutely. Am I happy? Yes. Because if there's a place where I could improve, it would be with my PT. Am I motivated? No, I'm not motivated at all. The weather has been very foggy for a few days, and it's just fucking depressing. Every day, going out of bed is fucking depressing, on the top of being very fucking difficult because of my daily symptoms. So yeah, but hopefully everything will be okay. I'm convinced that everything will be okay, because something that I've realized in my medical past for now, every time that I hope something happened to show the medical professional the shit that I'm dealing with, it never happened. So that's the place where I now push more and more with the hope that something happened. And what I have started to do at home is doing some PT exercise again, but recording myself in case something happened, in case I'm feeling really bad, in case I'm going into pre-syncope, to have a record of what happened. Because when it happens, often afterwards, I remember something kind of happened, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm not sure. And I struggle to recall, and I also struggle to explain properly what happened. So yeah, also that's a good tip, I really feel, because sometimes now I go back to the footage a few days after doing the exercise, believing that nothing happened at all. But what I do is that I'm saying what I'm feeling. So when I feel that my head is close to explode, which obviously never happens, it never happens, but that's the feeling that I have, I'm saying it. When I do an exercise and that I'm losing part of my hearing, I would say like loss of hearing, right, left. If I'm feeling dizzy, if I'm feeling shaky, I say it verbally when I'm recording myself. So in the footage, when I watch the videos, I can't see anything. There's nothing. I'm not even shaking when I feel I'm shaking. It's not visual, at least. We can see it. But I can say maybe now there's a pattern of some movement. I'm not entirely sure. I need to do that more. But I feel there's a specific movement that triggers my symptoms more. And that way, hopefully, with PT, with the record, when I'm practicing at home, we'll find a solution. So yeah, I'll say after PT, if how it happened, probably nothing significant will happen, but I'll keep you posted. PT was okay, mentally feeling shit because more and more I'm thinking about it, more and more I'm not sure if I have a physical problem that could be found and be helped with one day, or if it's all psychological, if I'm creating those issues, and especially because a lot of the issues that I'm struggling with are technically mimicking POTS, but I don't have POTS. If anyone would have described the symptoms that I have, the triggers that I have, I would, that's POTS, Corey, go see a POTS specialist. Problem is, every time that I'm checking my heart rate or my blood pressure, when I have those symptoms, everything is fine. So PT-wise, was good and impressed because I was worried that I deconditioned so much that I wouldn't have been able to handle some exercise. And I did some exercise with the leg press and the bicycle. No problem with my legs, everything is fine, and it wasn't flaring my symptoms. What was flaring my symptoms was when I was doing a break between the repetition of exercise. I had to take a walk. That was what flaring my symptom. That was the problem. And when we did at the end a little bit of exercises standing, that's where my symptoms were flaring. So yeah, it was at the end. So maybe it was because I was already exhausted, or maybe standing is still pretty much a trigger of my symptoms. Yay. So yeah, I was feeling shit after that. But at least I took a good nap, which I probably would have done if I didn't have PT. But it was good, mental health wise, to feel exhausted for once with a good reason, because I did something impressive today. I did a lot at PT, at physiotherapy. I did a lot. So nap felt like a reward. So it was cool. Disability transportation was cool too. I was feeling pretty dizzy, not my best, but car driver is one of my favorites. You know, when you take disability transportation for years, there's some drivers that you see regularly, not every week. It's not. I don't see them always regularly. There's some that I don't see for a year or two, and then they are there again. I was like, "Hey, you're back." I thought maybe you changed work, and he was like, "No, I just worked in another area or with other people." So every time that I meet again one of my favorite driver, it's always fun because it's been months, sometimes years, since the last time that I've seen them. And in the past, we had sometimes adventures, we had meaningful conversation. So there's some that I don't have to mask with and have a meaningful and no pressure social interaction, knowing that it's just this time, and then there's no pressure to call that person back, that you have to still keep bonding to be sure that you're still friends. It's just like 45-minute drives one way plus the other. And yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I was happy to have news from him and his family. I believe that he was genuinely happy to have news from me. He was sorry that my situation in 2024 was what it was, but it was a cool moment, and then no pressure, and probably I won't see him for months again, and that's cool. And I love those kind of relationship. So yeah, it was a big day. I'm quite happy. Everything was okay, and I'll do my best. And PT wise, the goal is that for the week coming, I have to do twice 10 minutes of exercise, if possible 15 minutes. 15 minutes seems a bit much, but I feel twice in the week doing 10 minutes, it's achievable, and I might do that like 3 times if I'm feeling like it. I feel it's easier for me to do 3 times 10 minutes than two times 15 minutes at this point. We'll see. It will depend. We never know what will happen chronically ill-wise. But yeah, that's the end of that vlog. I don't know how interesting it was. Probably not, but maybe one day all of this shit will make sense. Lots of spoons, everyone. Bye.